गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। ॐ हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंस प्रचोदयात्। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। भजन।
श्री गणराया जय गणराया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया गणपति बाप्पा मोरया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
अष्टविनायक मंगलदायक,
अष्टविनायक मंगलदायक,
अष्टविनायक मंगलदायक सिद्धि विनायक मोरया,
अष्टविनायक मंगलदायक सिद्धि विनायक मोरया।
श्री गणराया जय गणराया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया गणपति बाप्पा मोरया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
विघ्न विनाशक मोक्ष प्रदायक,
विघ्न विनाशक मोक्ष प्रदायक,
विघ्न विनाशक मोक्ष प्रदायक मंगल मूर्ति मोरया,
विघ्न विनाशक मोक्ष प्रदायक मंगल मूर्ति मोरया।
श्री गणराया जय गणराया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया गणपति बाप्पा मोरया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता,
सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता,
सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता गजाननाय मोरया,
सिद्धि विनायक मंगलदाता गजाननाय मोरया।
श्री गणराया जय गणराया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया गणपति बाप्पा मोरया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
श्री गणराया जय गणराया गणपति बाप्पा मोरया,
श्री गणराया जय गणराया गणपति बाप्पा मोरया। बोलिए गजानन स्वामी की जय। Namaskar everyone and welcome to the Hindu Prachar Kendra's Sunday morning satsang. It's always a delight to have you join us. We always appreciate your presence in our satsang every week. So I hope you are managing well with all the things you have to cope with and all the adjustments that we have to make for this year 2021. This is our third satsang. We spent the last satsang focused on Makar Sankranti. That was our second satsang. And for this third satsang, we are finishing looking at and exploring this very auspicious event, Makar Sankranti, which was last Thursday. And I got many messages from some of you indicating that you had followed our Gayatri Havan, which we did last Sunday in Satsang, and that you also sat out in the sunshine for some time. Remember, you can continue doing this. And we always appreciate getting your feedback. So we are very happy to know that we were able to help you with observing the ritual, and that our satsang continues to keep you motivated and that you are enjoying. So from next week, I will start attending to the many requests which are piling up on us. So we'll see how we can manage with that. I would have mentioned in last week's satsang as well that we are going to focus on some of our local compositions, very special, very inspirational compositions that we have at the Kendra, the mantras of the years, and I'll tell you about that a little later on. It will be woven actually into our pravachan for this morning. Now, why are we doing this at Makar Sankranti time? It's because for 20 long years, between 1985 and 2004, anytime Makar Sankranti came around, it meant mantra of the years. And we also, I think, we can take a little credit for helping people to be aware of Makar Sankranti, because as I mentioned, when we were all small, many of us, and even some persons elder to us growing up, no one knew really about Makar Sankranti. So we'll steal a little credit for the Kendra for that this morning. And since 1985, we have been committed to this occasion at the Kendra. Now, you know, technology, we are in the age of technology. Social media has become a very important facility for us. We cannot discount this at all. But I want to make a simple observation. It's not to be critical, but to just urge a little awareness. Sometimes I do these weird things, I suppose. I was keeping account of how many greetings I got for Makar Sankranti, on the day of Makar Sankranti. And it amounted to 94. 94 Makar Sankranti greetings. Yes, it's a lot, and it was very well appreciated. You continue to send your greetings, okay? So, some of you would know that I called you to find out what is it that you know or understand about Makar Sankranti. And I just thought I'll just assess a little. And also when we do this, it also indicates, or it helps to show that we really need to learn a lot more. So I spoke to about 21, 22 contacts, I think, and after that I stopped. The responses were good. People generally had an idea of what Makar Sankranti is about, but it was not a clear and proper understanding. So when these occasions come around, apart from the joy of sharing the greeting and receiving the greeting as well, we should make a very concerted effort to understand why we are doing this and what exactly we are saying, what sentiment are we sharing, what does it mean to us. This is why for that very first satsang for this year, I said, let us pursue knowledge, because embedded in all of these sacred occasions, these special events, they are like hidden treasures, as it were, and we have to find ways to discover them because they are very empowering traditions. So I thought I'll just share that. So next time you are going to forward a greeting, it doesn't matter what the occasion, say, do I need to understand about this a little more? And let us all try to learn and pursue knowledge about our traditions and ourselves. So having said that much, we are having a short bhajan session this morning, just 2 bhajans, because I want to leave some time, because we are going to be learning about a most inspirational figure in our Hindu world. So we are starting this morning a bhajan session, 2 bhajans I said. We are doing a bhajan in praise of Bhagwan Shri Rama. Simple bhajans, you always have the copies so you can follow. And why Shri Rama and why Hanumanji bhajan? It's because Makar Sankranti is a time when we worship and honor Surya Bhagwan. And Bhagwan Sri Ram is Surya Vamshi, belonging to the solar dynasty. And this bhajan, we are praising Bhagwan Sri Ram, Bolo, Bolo Ram. We are saying this glorious, magnificent, powerful name again and again, honoring Bhagwan, worshiping Bhagwan Sri Ram like this, so that we may be blessed by him, to be empowered, to be enlightened, and to be motivated. So let us join with Krishna Ji, and you follow in your copies. Rama Bolo, Rama Bolo.
O Rama, O Rama, O Bolo, Rama Bolo, Rama Bolo, Rama Rama Bolo Re. O milkar Rama Bolo, Rama Bolo, Rama Rama Bolo Re. O bas ek Rama Bolo, Rama Bolo, Rama Rama Bolo Re. Rama, O Rama, O Rama. भूल मिले जो तेरे चरणों की, मैं गद गद हो जाऊं रे। तेरी शरण में आकर राम, सुख जीवन के पाऊं रे। सुख जीवन के पाऊं रे। मिलकर राम बोलो,
राम बोलो, राम राम बोलो रे।
सिया राम, जय सिया राम। दुख हो या सुख मुख में मेरे, सदा रहे तेरा नाम रे। चार छुपे रे दूंजे बस एक, जय सिया राम रे। जय सिया राम रे। ओ मिलकर राम बोलो,
राम बोलो, राम राम बोलो रे।
सिया राम,
जय सिया राम, सिया राम।
कर दे जिस पर मेरे राम, तू करुणा की छाया रे। जिसके आंखें सर को झुकाए, झूठे जग की माया रे। झूठे जग की माया रे। मिलकर राम बोलो,
राम बोलो, राम राम बोलो रे।
बस एक राम बोलो,
राम बोलो, राम राम बोलो रे।
रामा, ओ रामा, ओ रामा।
Seepati Ramachandra ki Jai. Jai Shri Ram. Very beautiful. And from Bhagwan Shri Rama, we move on to his Doot, Pavanaputra Hanuman. Very beautiful, very energetic, very devotional bhajan. In this, we are saying, Hey Pavanaputra Hanuman. So we are praising that one who is the son of Pavan, the son of the wind. Ram se Bhakta Nirali. What does Nirali mean? Nirali means very unique. You are a very unique Bhakta. Actually, I think some time back we were talking about Hanumanji always identifies himself as Ram Doot, okay, or Ram Sevak. We have given or bestowed this title Bhakta. This is one of the bhajans where he is praised as the Bhakta. So Ram se Bhakta Nirali. And we honor you, Hanuman Baba. We know that your Guru is Surya Bhagavan. And during this time when we honor and we worship Surya, we pray not just your blessings, but Surya Bhagavan's blessings will be with us. And we say Sankata Mochana Hanuman. Very beautiful. Sankat Mochan is very dear and special to us because we spent many days in Kashi Varanasi, always going to Sankat Mochan Mandir. So that one who is freeing us, who releases us, who saves us from all forms of difficulty and suffering. Vipatti harne wali. That one who takes away all vipatti, all suffering. So to that deity, that divinity, we honor and we sing praises. So Siromani ji will lead us. You all join and follow.
लाल देह लालील से अरुधरि लाल लंगूर वज्र देह दानव दलन जय 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 कपिसूर पवन सुत हनुमान की जय राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम
राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम
हे पवन पुत्र हनुमान राम के भक्त निराले
राम के भक्त निराले
मोचन हनुमान विपत्ति हरने वाले
राम के भक्त निराले राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम
उगते सूरज को फल समझा उड़ गए और मोह में रखा उगते सूरज को फल समझा उड़ गए और मोह में रखा देवों की विनय सुन रवि को मुक्ति देने वाले
राम के भक्त निराले बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम
बजरंगी बलि के सागर हो गुण ज्ञान बुद्धि के आगर हो बजरंगी बलि के सागर हो गुण ज्ञान बुद्धि के आगर हो लंका जाकर सीता जी की सुधि लाने वाले
राम के भक्त निराले बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम
जब शक्तिपान लग लक्ष्मण के और शेष के कुछ फल जीवन के जब शक्तिपान लग लक्ष्मण के और शेष के कुछ पल जीवन के लाखे संजीवनी उनके प्राण बचाने वाले
राम के भक्त निराले
पवन पुत्र हनुमान राम के भक्त निराले
राम के भक्त निराले
संकट मोचन हनुमान विपत्ति हरने वाले
राम के भक्त निराले बोलो
Ram Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram Siya Ram, 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 Ram Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram Siya Ram.
बोले पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय. Jai Shri Ram. I think sometimes when we catch the sur, we just feel like we could continue singing, but we must move on to pravachan, because there must, apart from bhakti, we must also have gyan. So a quick recap of what we shared last week before moving on to our new material for this morning. So we saw how Makar Sankranti is observed across India with grand festivity, all the rituals, the ceremonies, performances, kite flying, and we saw the benefits of kite flying, and our very dear and cherished friends at Tulsi Ghat in Kashi, they sent some pictures of themselves on top of the buildings flying their kites and trying to cut down each other's kites and so on. So it's such a beautiful tradition. I'm not sure if any of you listened and ventured out to fly the kites. I don't think so. I didn't get any responses like that. So feasting, celebration, so many wonderful traditions, and we saw one of the very important things to do is the ritual bath as a purification, and also to show gratitude to Surya Bhagwan, whom we acknowledge as the giver of life, as consciousness, as Bhagwan, as divinity. And it is a form of what we call prayaschit. Prayaschit, an effort to make amends, an effort to commit to doing better. You know, and this is a very important value of Makar Sankranti, moment to moment, minute to minute, day to day, week to week, month to month. We should be trying to be better and better. We saw also khichdi, and I thank two persons who sent khichdi for me to eat that day. I did enjoy it a lot. So khichdi that we eat, and also khichdi as daan. Very important day for giving and helping and supporting worthy causes and those who are in need. And this is something that should continue for the 3-month period, because Makar Sankranti, it starts on that day, but the traditions and all the activities continue for a full 3 months. And if you remember the Chikki Laddus, I saw many greetings and images with the Chikki Laddus, the till cake. And we saw that when this is given and this is shared, till gul gya gor gor bola, eat these sweets and always speak sweet and loving words. So we have to be reminded that Makar Sankranti, it's also a time of friendship, for community, for reconciliation, for harmonious and peaceful living. And these are pertinent values so needed in our troubled and turbulent world these days. So the festival, the occasion, has great value for us. So this morning, we are exploring 2 very important matters that we didn't cover last week, because I left it for this week. And I hope this will inspire you in the best of ways. When I shared the invitation, I said it's all about inspiration this morning. Actually, I hope satsang is always about inspiration, but more so this morning. Actually, the first really is not a matter, it's actually a personality that we are going to see, because Makar Sankranti commemorates and celebrates the life of a most inspiring and visionary figure, a great social reformer, a spiritual master, a legendary leader in the form of Swami Vivekananda. And at the Kendra, we have given Swami Vivekananda, if we can do that, out of our love and to honor and show respect, the Lion of Dharma. And we'll be sharing a couple verses on this later on. So very quickly, we'll see his life and also some of his teachings in the few moments that we are sharing. So Swami Vivekananda was born Narendranath Datta Datta in Kolkata. And he was born on the 12th of January in 1863. From childhood, he was very drawn to spiritual life, and he practiced long, intense periods of meditation. Now, the young Narendra, he passed through a period of spiritual crisis in a way, where he was overcome by doubts about the existence of God. No? And this is actually a reality for many, especially now when you look at the condition of the world and when we are facing hardship and difficulty, when there's great trouble, we also have our own doubts and we question why are things happening, and sometimes the worst things seem to happen to the best of people. So Narendra in his youth, he also had many questions, and there was almost like this sense of doubt. But he didn't just leave it like that. You know, inquiry, seeking is very important. So in his seeking and his urge to answer these questions and to find out about God, he wanted to see God. Those of us who are familiar with his life, he wanted to see God. This led him to a very gentle but powerful spiritual master, Paramahamsa Ramakrishna. And under the guidance of Paramahamsa Ramakrishna, Narendra made rapid strides in the spiritual path. And this guru and shishya, they shared a very unique relationship with many fascinating experiences together. Now, as a young adult, two events caused him considerable distress. First was the sudden death of his father, because he was very close to his father. And that was in 1884. And just a couple years after, it was the passing also of Paramahamsa Ramakrishna in 1886. So when this happened, he embarked on a long journey across India to go and explore and to discover and to see new places. This is why he was also called the wandering monk, the wandering sannyasi, because he traveled everywhere, all over the country, meeting other sons, gurus, and spiritual masters, and also observing and studying the conditions of the people. Now, wherever he went, his charismatic personality created a lasting impression. People were almost in awe of him. And at the age of 30, he felt inspired and motivated to attend the World Parliament of Religions. This is how many of us may be familiar with him. And he was inspired to go there because he wanted to spread his message to the Western world. Now, this was scheduled to be held in Chicago. It was held in Chicago in September of 1893. So what happened? His shishyas, those who were supporting him, they raised funds for the journey, and it was a king by the name of Ajit Singh, Raja Ajit Singh of district Khetri in Rajasthan. He was the one who suggested or bestowed the name Swami Vivekananda, because up until this point, Narendra Nath Datta. So this is how that title, that name as the sannyasi was given, Swami Vivekananda. So we shift to the World Parliament of Religions. When he went there, his presence and his speeches, his discourses made him famous. He became a well-respected and skilled orator, and he was acknowledged as a very remarkable, dynamic, unique messenger of Hindu wisdom to the Western world. So his discourses on Vedanta, they were visionary, they were motivating, they were dynamic and endearing, and he spent about 3 years sharing his vision across America and England. When he returned to India, upon his return, he founded the Sri Ramakrishna Math and in 1897 and the Belur Mat in 1898. Unfortunate, I have to say that we were able to go to both these places and to visit there. And the main purpose for establishing these missions was to help the needy and oppressed, because he never ever viewed the poor with scorn. He felt very deeply for them. And I am sharing a few quotes of his so that you can understand and appreciate Swami Vivekananda probably in a deeper way. And I share this quote: do not stand, see this attitude, do not stand on a high pedestal and take 5 cents. Well, I guess in those days, 5 cents would have been a lot, okay? These days, no one wants 5 cents, okay? So do not stand on a high pedestal and take 5 cents in your hand and say, here, my poor man. No, don't say this. But be grateful that the poor man is there, so that by making a gift to him, you are able to help yourself. You are helping yourself. It is not the receiver that is blessed, but it is the giver. So be thankful that you are allowed to exercise your power of benevolence and mercy in the world and thus become pure and perfect. What a sentiment. So we continue. He was deeply troubled by the condition and plight of the masses. So schools and hospitals were established for their relief. He went on to make a second visit to the West in 1900. And when he returned to India, he spent the rest of his life in service and in teaching and guiding people on the spiritual path. Along with that, he was advocating for social reform. And I share another quote so that you can understand and appreciate his thinking. This is the gist of all worship: to be pure and to do good to others. He who sees Shiva in the poor, in the weak, and in the diseased, he really worships Shiva. And if he sees Shiva only in the murti, in the image, his worship is but preliminary. He who has served and helped one poor man, seeing Shiva in him, without thinking of his caste or creed or race or anything, Shiva is more pleased with him than with a man who sees him only in temples. That's quite a lot for us to think about. So his words were always well crafted, passionate, and bold enough to stir and revive the spirit of those who listened. And his towering, almost Hanumanian, sometimes they use this word, Hanumanian persona was equally impactful, especially on the youth. This is why Swami Vivekananda Jayanti, it was declared as a National Youth Day in India, Yuva Divas. Okay? Very important. So Swami Vivekananda was a deep and sensitive thinker. And his patriotism was not shallow. It was not prejudiced or myopic. It was heartfelt. It was embracing and infectious. So I share his teachings again, his own words. My countrymen should have nerves of steel, muscles of iron, and minds like thunderbolts. Some of us are very familiar with this one. And he said it another way also. My child, what I want is muscles of iron and nerves of steel, inside which dwells a mind of the same material as that of which the thunderbolt is made. How can one not feel inspired hearing these words? So impactful on the young minds. Now I'm sharing one incident that happened with him, okay? And it's a well-known incident in his life, which he often referred to. Once he was walking along the road, and a troop of monkeys surrounded him. You know, they came around there. And as he was looking, he was unable to move. So he tried to get them to move away, but they wouldn't, right? And they were just there. So somehow he managed to dodge them a little, and he started running. Okay? So he started running. And to his disbelief, what happened? They all started running and chasing after him. So he started to run even faster, Sham. So the faster he was going, they also, the troop of monkeys, they picked up pace, and they were just charging, and he couldn't find a way or find a place to divert, to get away from them. And he himself started thinking, you know, if we're doing a little jog, well, fine. But if we're not accustomed to aggressive running, how long we are going to last going at full speed? We'll burn out completely. So he knew he could not go on for much longer. But as this was happening, an elder sannyasi who was there saw what was happening. And he shouted to Swami Vivekananda, "Face the brutes. Face the brutes." Just simply that. Face the brutes. And when Swamiji heard this, on hearing this, immediately he stopped running and he turned around. He turned around and faced the monkeys. And amazingly, when he turned around and faced them, what did they do? They also all turned around. Yes, and they started scampering off in different directions. Now, it seems like something so simple and so routine that would happen. But what a lesson. It taught him that the best way to get rid of fear is to face the fear itself. Now, you and I know that is easier said than done, you know. But this is the challenge. This is the ideal that's being put before us. Now, I just want you to think of this for a moment. What if Swami Vivekananda had not turned to face the monkeys? Let's just say, what if he hadn't done that, right? And somehow he managed to divert or to get away from them or to escape from them, or someone probably came and shooed the monkeys away or chased them away. He might have thought, oh goodness, thank God I escaped. Thank God someone saved me. Maybe I will not take this route again. Many different things could have happened. But he would not have experienced what he felt after facing the monkeys, after facing the brutes. That self-belief, that feeling of conquering fear, it brought an insight as to how one can really handle problems. So he felt a great sense of achievement. So what he learned by facing them was much more than what he would have learned by escaping or running away in some easy way. And he spoke of this often, about fear, about conquering fear. And I share this with you. This is his quote again. If you read the Vedas, you will find this word always repeated: fearlessness. Fearlessness. Fear nothing. Fear is a sign of weakness, and the greatest sin is to think that you are weak. It is fear alone that is death. Be not afraid, you will do marvelous work. These are Swamiji's own words. What is he telling us? Face the brutes, whatever is there in front of us. Challenging as it may be, as it can be, let us try to find that courage to be able to conquer those terrible things that we need to conquer first where? Within our own selves, before it can happen on the outside. So very quickly, by his late 30s, Swami Vivekananda, his health started to deteriorate, and on the 4th of July in 1902, at the age of 39, he breathed his last at the Belur Math. So his legacy is phenomenal, and his teachings remain so relevant up to this day. Just take these 2-3 one-liners as words of inspiration. They alone live who live for others. Selflessness. If you want to find God, serve man. Or as we often hear it quoted, service to man is service to God. The world is a great gymnasium where we come to make ourselves strong. And one that I shared with you in the post this week, anything that makes you weak physically, intellectually, and spiritually, you reject as poison. Very simple lines, but so profound. So I urge you this morning to read more about Swami Vivekananda. I hope you feel that you can do that, that it's inspiring enough. His life and teachings actually, that was compulsory reading and study for us in our course of Hindu studies. We had to read and understand the complete works. And why only read about Swami Vivekananda? We have so many heroes, Hindu heroes, across all our Shastras. Read about these heroes so that you may be inspired. And we want you to feel very inspired as you sing along with us our very powerful Lion of Dharma mantra of the year 1993. This was written on the 100th anniversary of his speech at the World Parliament of Religions. And we want to thank Raviji for the mantra of the year concept and for composing all of these pieces. You know, at the Kendra, we were brutalized for singing anything in English. You know, that's the reality. If you go back and you trace a few decades, we were really brutalized. But we have persevered and we have these wonderful inspirational pieces to share with you. So please join with us as we honor Swami Vivekananda on the occasion of Makara Sankranti.
Uttishtata Jagrata Prapya Varana Nibodhata Uttishtata Jagrata Uttishtata Jagrata. So rise again, so wake again. So rise again, so wake again. Let us now find our real soul. Stop not till we reach the goal. Let us now find our real soul. Stop not till we reach the goal. So rise again, so wake again. So rise again, so wake again. Uttishtata Jagrata. Uttishtata Jagrata. Rama and Krishna, Buddha and Jaina, Nanak, Kabir, Jagadamba, Rishi and Muni, Devi and Devta, all from one Brahmadaita. Puran and Veda, Ramayana, Gita, Shastras of Vedanta. Don't let our riches become a burden, the dharmic tree so laden. Declared Swami Vivekananda. Declared Swami Vivekananda, the lion of our dharma, the lion of our dharma. So rise again, so wake again. So rise again, so wake again. Uttishtata Jagrata. Uttishtata Jagrata. Dharma is our mission. Jai Jagat Janani, Mother of humanity, blessing all of creation. But while we shared the milk of humanity, we were no mere weaklings. Like Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, we fell into a slumber. Tyaktotishta parantapa. Tyaktotishta parantapa. You lions of all dharma, you lions of all dharma. So rise again, so wake again. So rise again, so wake again. Uttishtata Jagrata, Uttishtata Jagrata, Uttishtata Jagrata.
बोलिए सियापति रामचंद्र की जय. This makes us feel so energized, and we always enjoy it so much. Actually, it's one of our difficult mantras of the years to sing, but I forgot to mention, actually you would have heard us singing Uttishtata Jagrata Prapya Varan Nibodhata. This was often quoted by him, this saying from the Kathopanishad. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. And goals can be many. So this is why we sing, so rise again, so wake again, and let us find our real soul, and let us stop not till we reach the goal. The goal is freedom, to accomplish, to achieve, to be conscious, to be aware, to become a lion of Dharma, as we were singing. So this is our tribute to Swami Vivekananda this morning. But I just want to deal with the second matter very quickly, because around Makar Sankranti time, there are many traditions that we have seen. Okay, and one of the significant things that happen, that starts on Makar Sankranti day, it is the Kumbh Mela. Okay, I know many persons are familiar with Kumbh Mela, especially many of us here actually, we have been to Kumbh Mela, but I'll tell you about that shortly. And why I'm sharing this, why it is so important, it's because during that time the Sant Samaj declared this period and this day in particular as Hindu Kalyan Divas. Hindu Kalyan Divas, Hindu Welfare Day. So let's see the Kumbh Mela very quickly, and then we'll see this point. This happens annually, the Mela, and starts on Makar Sankranti. And every 12 years, you have what is the Purna Kumbh Mela or the Maha Kumbh Mela. And Kumbh Mela is acknowledged as the largest religious gathering in the world, because you have millions and millions and millions of people who converge to take part in the traditional ritual bath. And the Kumbh Mela, it is on the UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. And it takes place at many sacred waterways, but the four main sites that would rotate within this 12-year period: Haridwar, Ujjain, Nashik, and Prayagraj, which is where we would have gone. And you would find that the pilgrims are mainly the sadhus, the sadhvis, ascetics, the gurus, the sants, scholars, and devotees from not just India, but from across the world. And what does Kumbh mean? Kumbh means the immortal pot. I'll say it's the immortal pot of nectar. And you can follow this from the Samudra Manthan Katha, which we did at Diwali time. Remember the Devas and the Asuras, they were churning the ocean to get the pot of Amrit, the nectar. And Mela means gathering. So those who gather to enjoy and to be blessed by this Amrit. Why? It is believed that Bhagwan Vishnu dropped Amrit at these four special places that I mentioned: Haridwar, Ujjain, Nashik, and Prayagraj. So it is a celebration of immortality. It is a celebration of all that is pure and powerful. So on this point, I want to share something that happened to me, right? About 2 years ago, I think most of us who are here actually, Bal Ramdila was so blessed and fortunate to go to perform at the Kumbh Mela. It was freezing cold, you know, but one of the special moments we had was to get on a boat to go to the Sangam, to go to that spot in Prayagraj where everyone wants to go to have their dip. And I know these two gentlemen behind the sound and the camera, they will remember this because I think they were the adventurous ones who jumped off the boat into the freezing cold water. And I don't know whether you were in the second boat, I'm not sure because we were in two small boats, but I know Siromani was with me and we took our chirke and we were happy with that because freezing cold. Now, we went there with this on the boat, and of course if we're going to Prayagraj, to Sangam, to where the Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati, where it's considered to be the most sacred of all the places, we will want to bring back water, right? So our hosts, very nicely, they had acknowledged, they had kept water fast in the small bottles in a case in the boats. But we had gone with our own water. Okay, Siromani, we carried our bottle of water. So we didn't think because we just got on the boat, but you can find all the vessels on the banks of the Ganga. So what did we do? We opened the clean water and they were in small bottles and filled it in our big bottle. You don't want to waste water at all. So we filled it up and we got 2-3 of those nice clean bottles. You don't want to juta it and all of that. So we filled up our bottles of water from Prayagraj, from Sangam. And we came back, we were singing, enjoying, and all of that. In the evening, we had to do our Bal Ramdila performance. So during the rehearsal, I had forgotten to bring my bottle of water. All these people are laughing here, right? So I told my dear husband, Krishna, can you please just run back upstairs to the room? On the ledge, I have kept the bottle of water. Please bring it so that I can drink it because I was also getting a little cough. So, of course, he went up. He didn't do what I told him. Where I had secured nicely our bottle of Sangam water in the suitcase, he went and he brought that bottle of water. And it came down, right? So I opened it. I drank some. He also drank some. Right? And I put down the bottle there. But I'm looking at the bottle and I said, this looking like Sangam Pani, right? I'm watching, but I said, he probably brought the bottle from the ledge. But it was bothering me because it was not crystal clear, you know, crystal clear like the drinking water. So I said, Krishna, where did you get this water from? The suitcase. Now, I am telling you honestly, I said, oh no, my stomach is going to get sick. Because I have a very sensitive stomach. They are more adventurous than me because they eat hot food off the streets and all of that. I don't. So you are in this place, you have brought this water, you know and you feel and you believe it's pure. But millions and millions of people have been bathing there. And when we went, they can all tell how crowded it was. So many boats and all of that. And I will drink water. Krishna will drink the water. I was very upset because I said, oh my God, we gone and juta the water and all of that. And I'm quarreling with him, etc. How we wives like to quarrel when our husbands don't follow instructions. But the point is, we never got sick. Yes, I think our technician got sick. Yes, we never got sick. You know, we never did. And I was worried. I said, oh my God, in the night, what will happen to me? This water. Oh, I was so worried. Nothing happened. it was a great instruction for me, because even both of us, we have lived on the banks of Ganga for such a long time. Even I would go and just chirke, because there where we stayed at Tulsi Ghat, they do the water testing all the time. So it was in a way like, I guess Swami Vivekananda, like that experience, face it, understand what is happening. So it taught me a great lesson, that simple incident, and I thought I will share it this morning, but because when we talk about this and we say it's immortality, we celebrate divinity, consciousness, and all of this, it taught me, don't doubt. Don't doubt at all. So not just purifying bath will take place on that day, many activities. There will be pravachan, kirtan, chanting, dan, seva, all of these things happening for up to 3 months. And this is the point of Hindu Kalyan Divas. It was a time of deliberation and dialogue amongst the Sant Samaj on community, on national and on world issues. There will be great debate and all of this. And this is very important for any community. We must take time to reflect on ourselves and our identity and our heritage and make plans for the future, for continuity. So it's a critical requirement. So addressing and being aware of emerging issues affecting us and so on, it's very important. So the declaration was given, Hindu Kalyan Divas, Hindu Welfare Day. Now, don't be mistaken that this is a selfish endeavor. Not at all, because we have shared and we are taught across all our Shastras, a Hindu cannot be selfish. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is a family. When we close our satsang, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, we pray for everyone and everything. Nothing is left out. We sing Siya Rama Mai Sab Jagat Jani, and we acknowledge this whole world and creation as divinity. So our ideal is inclusive. It is not exclusive, but we must uphold this principle very intelligently. We must not be broken in the process. This is why the next mantra of the year we'll sing. We see very beautiful lines. Hearts feeling strong for all of humanity. Hands working long for what? First, Hindu dignity. Then for human dignity and for total dignity. We have to look after ourselves, what? First, before we can look after others. One of our gurus used to always point out the example of when you are traveling in a plane. Well, these days, we hardly traveling in any plane, okay? This is how the world has changed. But when you are traveling and they are giving the briefing, one of the things that they announce in case of emergency is if there's a failure of oxygen and the oxygen mask drops. Do you put it on for someone else first? No, you are told to put it on yourself and then you help and you look after others. So this is the same sentiment. We have to look after our Hindu selves, our Hindu community, our Hindu world, and this feeling of love, brotherhood, friendship, fraternity, it must extend from there throughout the entire world. So let us celebrate this principle and concept in these two very simple mantras of the years. One after the next, one will flow into the other, and we will close off our satsang with this morning. We may go over 2-3 minutes or so, but we know you will not mind. Sabahi Sulabha Sabadin Sabadesa. This is from the years, I think, 89 and 90. So we will share this. You sing along and follow with us. Let us be committed to ourselves, to our community, to our Samaj, and also be committed to world welfare. So nothing must come in Hindu Dharma's way. We must bless each and everyone in every place and every day. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. सब ही सुलभ सब दिन सब देसा सेवत सादर समन खलेसा सब ही सुलभ सब दिन सब देसा सेवत सादर समन खलेसा
total dignity. But Vishwas Achal Nij Dharma, Tirath Raj Samaj Sukarma. But Vishwas Achal Nij Dharma, Tirath Raj Samaj Sukarma.
But Vishwas Achal Nij Dharma,
But Vishwas Achal Nij Dharma,
Tirath Raj Samaj Sukarma.
Tirath Raj Samaj Sukarma.
Let us all understand we have a challenge in our hand. If we have the faith, we can save dharma in this land. Let us all understand we have a challenge in our hand. If we have the faith, we can save dharma in this land. Let us all build our faith in our dharma.
Found our strength in Krishna and Rama.
Prove ourselves by the strength of our karma.
For the strong presence is the message of the Vedas.
For the strong presence is the message of the Vedas. For the strong presence is the message of the Vedas. For the strong presence is the message of the Vedas.
Jai Shri Ram. So the whole message of our satsang, I think this is a beautiful line to close with, having looked at the life of Swami Vivekananda very quickly and very briefly, and some of our mantras of the years. We close with this line: forge a strong presence is the message of the Vedas. And even the line before that, prove ourselves by the strength of our own karma. Let us join in closing mantras. Om Durjano Sajano Bhuyat Sajana Shanti Mapnuyat Shanto Mucheta Bandhebhyo Mukta Shanyan Vimochayet Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahi Mahisha Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Dhyau Shantir Antarikshagum Shanti Prithvi Shantir Apaha Shantir Aushadaya Shantir Vanaspataya Shantir Vishwe Deva Shantir Brahma Shanti Sarvagum Shanti Shantireva Shanti Sama Shantiredhi Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Prem se aur jor se, and after listening to Swami Vivekananda for this whole day and this whole week and this whole month, we should be full of a lot of jor, enthusiasm, dynamism. So we chant Jaikar. Boliye Gajanan Swami ki, Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki, Umapati Mahadeva ki, Jagadambe Mata ki, Pavanasuta Hanuman ki, Siyapati Ramachandra ki, Goswami Tulsidas ki, Swami Vivekananda ki, Boliye Trinidad or Tobago Desh ki, Sri Satya Sanatan Dharma ki Jai, Jai Jai, Sitaram. So thank you all for listening and for joining with us this morning. We hope you find this session of some value and that you are inspired to read more about the legendary Swami Vivekananda. Do join us again next week. We will start honoring some of those requests that you have sent in to us. Have a blessed and productive week and continue to stay safe and be disciplined. Namaskar.